Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Welcome to 9 Nerd Yards. I know that I said I was done with Atlanta for now, but how could I pass up on the Juneteenth episode on Juneteenth? I also made y'all wait so long for the Season 3 finale video, so I figured this would be a good way to show my appreciation for everyone's patience. And also, this is my 2-year anniversary on YouTube, give or take a few days. So what is Juneteenth? Although in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, it wasn't until June 19, 1865 that emancipation finally came to Texas and the remaining slaves. And this date is also another nail in the coffin for the Southern Rebellion, a marker of its impending collapse. But of course, it is a lot more complicated than just that. Not every slave was free by that date, but this date is recognized to be at least the start of the end. Basically, slaves in Texas and the rest of the South were like, well, looks like we're free. And the South was like,
I didn't hear no bell.
you know that annoying manager that asks you to stay overtime even though you told them you got shit to do? It's kind of like that. Alright, don't click off the video. I don't know who else had this experience, but Season 1, Episode 9 of Atlanta was my first real introduction into Juneteenth. I had a general concept of what the holiday was, but I don't think I knew anyone that celebrated it, especially how they do in this episode. I mean, it wasn't even considered a federal holiday until 2021. Isn't that crazy? We celebrate St. Patrick's Day, we celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but when it comes to the emancipation of slaves, people want to argue that it's too woke. Confederate statues? Still cool, but celebrating true emancipation and freedom is too woke. Okay. We start this episode with Earn waking up next to his side piece when he realizes he has to get going because Van is on her way to pick him up. It's funny rewatching this after Season 3 because some things just will never change, huh? Van and Earn's relationship is still very much will they, won't they at this point of the series.
Leave it.
They are on their way to a Juneteenth party hosted by one of Van's rich friends, and they are really just doing this to get their daughter hooked up with some nice connections for the future.
Monique is really good for me. She knows people and they're all gonna be there.
They even pretend to be married for the sake of the ruse.
And hello, I'm Monique. You must be Mr. Hubby.
Yeah, me, Mr. Hubby.
I've seen many people compare the Season 3 Nando's episode with this one, and yeah, I definitely see that. Earn and Van at an ultra-rich person's place, trying to navigate their way through conversation to achieve their own goals. For instance, on the car ride there, Van is explaining to Earn how this will be good for their future, and then in Season 3, Earn is explaining to Al and Darius how going to Fernando's will ultimately be good for their futures.
You have people around you now who can invest in it. You know, Fernando's a billionaire. How many billionaires do you know?
While Van is kind of over the whole thing and stealing shit from Fernando's, African artifacts and whatnot. The episodes are like poetry. They rhyme. This party has an open bar that cracks me up.
Sir, we have a fixed cocktail menu for the evening. Please, make a selection.
The absinthe comes with unbleached sugar cubes. The eggnog has free-range chicken eggs.
Juneteenth juice, frozen freedom margarita, emancipation eggnog. It's June.
Nigga, do I gotta explain alliteration?
And then we have the comparisons with Craig and Fernando. I feel like Craig would have been a perfect character for Season 3's themes of white guilt. The way he is so into the culture but oblivious to his actions. All black catering staff and quartet.
Smile. This is a celebration, not an orphanage.
Are they up for auction after the party, or?
The hoarding of African artifacts and preaching to Earn about going to Africa.
Are you an archaeologist in African studies?
I'm an optometrist. Never been to Africa?
No.
You gotta go. Man, it's your motherland. What are you thinking?
It's amazing. But at the same time, Craig is in it. He might unironically pass the black audition because of how committed he is. Like, this dude apparently pledged with the black fraternity. Epsilon Sigma Zeta, not real. He's drinking Henny, straight.
You want a real drink? An appropriation.
Is this Hennessy?
Mm-hmm.
But I bet he knows 6 things to mix it with. We also get a little Awaken My Love Easter egg. So Earn and Van agree to just pretend to have their shit together and kinda pander to everyone at the party. And I love these little moments because we really start to see that this whole party is also a class issue. All of the black people at the party have a warped association of African American plight.
My play, With Tail Between Legs, I wrote and directed it. It all takes place at a strip club. 2 gangbangers hold a pastor, a drug dealer, and a pregnant teen hostage in the middle of Hurricane Katrina.
That's a real situation. I'm glad that story's being told.
We get a weird pastor trying to get Van and Earn wrapped up in his prosperity gospel.
You see, I am a reverend at a mega church.
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
that.
you kind of
like,
say
twice.
that.
And I'm gonna teach you both about money management and how to treat your woman.
But while they are pretending to be a happy couple, Earn drops this line.
Smarter than me, better than me. She honestly doesn't get the credit she deserves, ever. But that doesn't deter her from being what she is, which is a mother, a provider, and a partner. Gun to my head, I don't think I could even look at another woman.
And that's so mean. As they are pretending, this implies that that's something Earn would never say to her, or he truly doesn't believe that. That's ruthless. And it's very interesting to see the beginnings of Van's mental state before the events of season 3, not knowing who she is while still trying to be the best mom possible. It's been an issue for her.
You're mean.
Sorry.
Don't be. I'm getting drunk.
Van's friend also lets her know that it's basically all a compromise for her own security.
You don't think I know how crazy my husband is. But I love my money. It's redundant to be both black and sorry in the world.
That's from For Color Girls.
Craig does a poetry reading that makes Earn trip out.
Jim Crow has the name of a man, but is a ghost. I am a man, but Jim Crow is haunting me.
But as soon as it's revealed that Earn is Paperboy's manager, reveals herself.
Oh, you manage rap.
Since the shooting, your pictures were everywhere.
Well, you're gonna shoot up this party. Are you Earn? Can't choose your family, huh? Every decent person has at least one trifling thug in the family.
Craig's reaction to this is what made me actually turn around on him, and such a good character twist for the episode.
You're missing the point. It's not about money. This is bigger than money. Paperboy is underground.
Again, it is crazy that Juneteenth has come to prominence in the period after this episode. Of course, I don't think that this episode caused it to be more recognized as a holiday. I'm pretty sure Juneteenth was on its way to becoming that anyway. But then again, this episode did make me research Juneteenth when it first aired, so who's to say how many other people it influenced to do the same thing? There definitely is an importance to representation in the media, and this episode is a prime example of that. And it's very interesting to see that Juneteenth is now being pandered to the black community by corporations. I do think it's hilarious how everyone collectively decided to stop that shit in its tracks and start clowning the advertisements. But I am going to cut the video here. I will be returning to this episode at some point when I do my season 1 breakdown, but for now I think I'll be giving Atlanta a rest. Comment Happy Juneteenth and I will heart your comment. Hit me up on Twitter and join the Discord. Like and subscribe and I'll get everyone 40 acres and a Moscow mule.